Larry and Leanne Christensen have been together for over 30 years, living on their farm in Spiritwood, North Dakota. And the couple has always enjoyed life in the fast lane
And here the drivers come on to turn number 4.
and aren't ready to slow down.
It's so enjoyable, you know. The adrenaline, I guess, is what you do it for. It's hard to just step away.
I know we have a lot of fun doing it, and there's sad times too, you know, but we do have a real enjoyable summer out of it.
Leanne first got behind the wheel when she was just 20 years old, at a time when very few women competed.
My cousin Steve Klein, he started building a race car, and one night he said, well, I'll drive it in the powder puff. I drove it in the powder puff and got second place, first night ever being in a race car, so I thought that was pretty good.
In 1981, she hit the circuit with the men, becoming the first ever woman stock car driver in the state.
It was tough, no doubt about it. You had a lot of people from the stands that said, you know, oh, what are you doing out there? But most of the racers were supportive. You still had a few that didn't like the idea, but I was competitive even when I first started. It just took a few years to get respect from all the other drivers.
A few drivers took Leanne under their wing, showing her the ropes, including longtime veteran John Carell. She got her first win in 1983 as Leanne Klein, before marrying Larry a couple of years later.
We kind of run into each other through bowling, and all of a sudden the stock cars got connected. So, I like messing with them.
Leanne continued to drive and compete until 1994, when her car was no longer legal due to a classification change. But in 2001, she decided to make a comeback after an unusual discovery.
We have all these cars on the farm, and I kept looking at one. It was my husband's car, and it had been in a minor accident in the front end. And I kept telling him, you know, I think that car is legal now. He kept saying, no, it's not. Well, one day I went out there with a tape measure, and it was legal, so there. I had my car.
Leanne has been racing pure stocks ever since, and in 2015 picked up her first victory in 3 decades.
I couldn't believe it. I was happy. I mean, we've been so close so many times and something happens, but this time she went all the way, and it was the first time I'd ever seen her win, you know, since we've been married.
I could hear the crowd. It was amazing. Because I have fans that have followed me the whole time and never gave up, knew sometime I was gonna not make a mistake, basically, and win one, and I did.
Leanne is now the veteran, a legend of sorts, but she still doesn't look at it that way.
I never ever thought of the pioneer aspect or the first woman to do it in North Dakota. You know, they told me that I was, and I thought, really? You know, I just didn't, it wasn't at that time. Of course, now I'm the oldest one in my class, and I'm racing against the kids of people I raced back in the 80s. I think just being able to be around the people and enjoying what you do, that's so satisfying. If it's not fun, I think then it's time to step away.
But that doesn't appear to be anytime soon. Reporting for Midco Motorsports, I'm Brian Shawn.